there's really fascinating research on float tanks and depression.
Yeah.
Where depression having this high level of activation that then gets kind of dissociatively put away. And the system learns to function in this like dorsal shutdown, just sort of like, let's not integrate any interoceptive awareness, that's a high threshold of interoception.
Mm-hmm.
So then what float tanks do in a sensory deprivation moment is it drops, because you don't have sensations, your interoceptive threshold drops, so that more often things are going beyond your threshold and becoming aware to you. And that's actually a really efficacious way to help people dealing with depression.
Right.
And the research that I've read is like a very treatment resistant depression style, but it's fascinating that this just non-judgmental awareness of what is my body sensing gives way to very high complex levels of health.
Yes.
But it starts granular. It starts at like, don't make meaning. Just notice and integrate.
Yeah. And necessarily we have to be in an environment that have some signals of safety to us.
Totally.
To explore that when we're under threat of any kind is really not an option. So this kind of work is not going to be for somebody that's coming in with a crisis situation that is currently very overwhelmed by life circumstance. This isn't where we would be working. But this kind of dropping in and exploring is when my life is mostly safe and mostly calm, and yet I'm continuing to have these states of activation. The other place where this gets really relevant is when we're not sure why we feel a certain way. Why do I keep responding this way? Why do I keep reacting this way? Why do I keep having this symptom, this physical manifestation? I don't know what's going on. Well, we got to go exploring in there. And if we move too quickly into story, we're going to miss it because we already know the stories that we tell about all of this. And so we have to have a way of dropping into interoception and staying there long enough so that we can discover something new. And that's part of why interoceptive awareness is so deeply linked to that felt sense and that way of knowing and slowly letting meaning emerge. One leads straight into the other. So you guys can go back and have a look at the focusing demo, and you'll actually see in that we're working with interoception and then allowing felt sense to emerge. So it's a good example of both.